You want to run Mutated Dynasty Shipyard, but you're unsure if you should use your orb or if it's even worth it. Well, in this video, I'll share with you some of the best legendaries that can drop from Mutated Dynasty Shipyard. Some of them are even best in slot legendaries, so make sure to watch until the end so you don't accidentally salvage a named drop. I'll go over all the legendary focus, dexterity, intelligence, strength, and constitution drops. First, we're going to take a look at focus. The first item that can drop is a really good armor piece. This armor piece will come in 5 pieces. It's called the Emperor's Zhao's Embroidered Tunic of the Sage. It will come with focus, 25 focus, corrupted ward, which is really nice for corrupted dungeons or doing corrupted portals. Then it comes with invigorated and refreshing evasion. 2 of the perks are best in slot, or at least it's pretty close. So this is a really good set if you're a healer. This will drop from the last boss. Next, we'll take a look at an earring drop. This earring is actually pretty good. It will come with 30 focus, refreshing, duplicating toast, and refreshing toast. Pretty good. The only thing that's not good is the gem in it, since it's not best in slot, but maybe you can use it for PvE. So look out for this earring. Really good earring. If you notice, it also comes with 30 focus. Usually it only rolls with 25, a regular legendary. In Dynasty, there's also a really good life staff. It's not the one from Lazarus, but it comes pretty close. This one is called the Glowing Life Crystal Staff. This crystal staff will roll with 30 focus, blaze, refreshing divine embrace. Not really a skill that a lot of healers use, but I guess some people use it. Maybe it's a good skill, but it's just a throwaway for me. And then most importantly, refreshing move. Refreshing move is a must on life staffs, since you need your cooldowns off cooldown a lot and you will be auto attacking a lot. So really good life staff. It has 2 best in slot weapon perks, so look out for this if you don't have the Lazarus life staff yet. Moving on to an amulet that's really good. It's called the Keeper's Pendant. This amulet rolls with 30 focus, refreshing, health, and purifying toast. Really good perks if you need them, and a really good amulet overall. So look out for this one if you're a healer as well. Now that we are done with the healing gear, let's move on to dexterity. For dexterity, I'm first going to look at a rapier and then move on to a couple of other things. So the first rapier is called the Rapier of the Forgotten Queens. This rapier will roll with 30 focus, enchanted, refreshing, and keen. It's a really good rapier if you want some cooldown reduction, some extra damage, and critical hit chance. So look out for this one, it's really good. Next, we will take a look at a spear. This spear is called the Farseer's Spear. Don't know if I said that correctly, but let's take a look. It comes with 10 strength, 20 dexterity, enchanted, which is really good for the spear, keen and vicious, really good perks as well. So look out for this dexterity spear. We also get a really good hatchet that can drop with dexterity. There is another one that drops with strength. I'll go over it when we get there. So this one drops with 30 dexterity, keen, vicious, and refreshing. Really good one. I think it's almost best in slot for a hatchet, so look out for this one. We also get a couple of bows. This is the first bow, is called the Tempest Call. This bow will drop with dexterity, chain lightning, which isn't the best, but it does have enchanted and keen, so 2 really good perks, so look out for Tempest Call. There's also another bow that drops. This bow is called the Bow of the Enchantress. So this bow will drop with 30 dexterity, enchanted, vicious, and refreshing. This one is a lot better than the previous one, so I'll rather look out for this one than the previous one, but you can decide on which one you like the most. Moving on to intelligence next. For intelligence, there is a really good ring that drops, Band of Ocean's Oath. This one is probably the only thing that can drop for intelligence user jewelry wise, so look out for this. This is a really good ring. Not best in slot, but best in slot if you are playing with an ice gauntlet. So let's take a look. For this one you get 25 intelligence, some ice damage which will increase your damage with your ice gauntlet, refreshing and hardy. Really good ring if you are playing ice gauntlet. They also drop a fire staff in this dungeon, not based in slot, but it's called flame awake. So let's take a look. It comes with 30 intelligence, keen, chain fire which gives your basic attack a fire chain, and then siphoning incinerate. A lot of people use incinerate, so not the end of the world if it rolls on your fire staff, but definitely not based in slot. So if you don't have a good fire staff, maybe look out for this one. Then we get the probably one of the best ice gauntlets you can get from dungeons or in the open world, and this is called the Taiying's Heart. I hope I said it right, maybe I didn't, but let's take a look. It has 30 intelligence, it has keen, vicious and refreshing. To me this is probably based in slot. If I get this, I'll probably won't be upgrading anytime soon, so look out for this ice gauntlet. If you pair it with the ring that also drops from this dungeon, then you have a pretty good ice gauntlet build going for yourself. And if that wasn't enough, there's also a headpiece that dropped from this dungeon that even complements the ice gauntlet. So this headpiece is called the Zeal's Embrace, and this rolls with 25 intelligence, refreshing, healing tomb, which gives you 10% extra health after exiting entombed when you have full mana. Really good. Hopefully this perk works as intended, since it used to be bugged. And then elemental aversion, not the best perk, but also really not the worst. It could have been a lot worse, but look out for this. If it rolls, it's really good for the ice gauntlet. Next, let's take a look at strength. For the first weapon is the Great Axe called Inner Peace. This is probably based in slot for the Great Axe users or strength users. I haven't seen a better Great Axe drop from the open world, so this is probably the best one that you can get. It comes with 30 strength, life stealing, really good, refreshing and vicious. Life stealing is really good on a Great Axe because it naturally has life stealing built into it, so you can sustain yourself for a little bit longer. Dynasty also drops a hammer which is called the Frost Forge Warhammer. This hammer will come with 30 strength, chain ice, vicious and refreshing. Not the best, but also not the worst. There's another one that drops in Lazarus that's way better for damage, but this one is pretty good for you as well. Next, let's take a look at that hatchet that I mentioned previously. This one is called the Dread Wake. This one will drop with 30 strength, enchanted, refreshing move and refreshing. I think this hatchet is really good for a cooldown reduction build. Maybe you don't want to do too much crit damage, so you just want your things on cooldown all the time. Your abilities, you want to have them available, then this hatchet is really good for you. So look out for it. It's pretty good. I'll probably pick it up. We also get a really good swords. Swords are really hard to come by since they just don't drop with good perks, but this one is pretty good, so let's take a look. It's called Promise of Power. It comes with 15 strength, refreshing, keenly empowered, so you get a little bit of extra damage when you crit, and then life stealing. Probably not based in slot, but there's not a lot of swords that roll with really good perks, or they're really hard to come by. So look out for this. Maybe you're interested in this sword, so I wanted to include it. And finally, for Constitution, there's only one thing that drops, but this thing is pretty crazy and most people will be able to use it. So definitely look out for Bloodline's Curse Earring. This thing will drop with 25 Constitution, duplicating toes, refreshing toes and refreshing. Really good earring. It doesn't have regenerating on it, I think, but it's still really good if you want an earring that's legendary so that you can upgrade it. If this video was helpful, then give it a like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.